Okay everyone, Reiji is dead, and everyone thinks we did it. We need to prove to them that we aren't the killer, and it's time for the trial to show them our innocence. Let's do this.
Welcome to the trial room, where... Hey, who said you were invited?
Oh, you took my position. You can't stop me from caring. I can still come here if I please, and I want to watch over the proceedings myself.
Fine, but only because I don't have time to deal with a senile elderly today. As for the rest of you, welcome to the trial room, where you'll all be deliberating the crime to solve the identity. Each podium is specially designated for each of you, so make sure you get on the right one. And now hurry up! Chop chop! Let's get this thing rolling!
This is it. Kutsuki-san is dead, and one of us is his killer. Everyone is convinced that I did it, and even I myself still don't know what happened. I need to uncover the truth. I need to figure out what really happened, and reveal whoever killed him and tried to frame me. Whatever life I once knew, it doesn't matter here. This is the world I'm in now. Fighting for my innocence, for my survival. In this first clinical trial.
Welcome to our extra special very first clinical trial! In the clinical trial, all surviving participants will discuss amongst themselves the details of the termination and decide through a democratic vote. Whatever! You kids are perceptive enough to get the idea. Somebody whack somebody else, you gotta discuss who did it and vote him as the culprit. Now, one of you has decided their life matters more than the rest of you. If that's you, your job is to get everyone to vote someone else as the culprit. Do that, and you win. Fail, and it's the birds for you. The rest of you, you'll want to find that culprit and vote them off, so they die instead of you. You all got that? Aww. You should have had time to investigate. However, I'm kind enough to provide you all with a quick recap. The victim is our beloved Reiji Kutsuki, the absolute pop star. Well, former absolute pop star now. His body was found this morning at 6 a.m. in classroom 1C. Stabbed thrice in the chest, twice in the heart, and someone's here to blame. His official cause of death was those stabs, though he also broke his nose before he died. And with that, experiment formalities are finished.
You're taking way too much joy in this. At least try to have some impartiality.
The fun is the best part of all this, old-timer. No more distractions from us, though. Let's set fun begin!
Well, what do we even talk about? Sonata-san, what would be the first order of business?
Typically, you'd start with...
Fuck off with all this formality shit! We already know who did it! It's her!
Wait,
You're found next to his body, covered in blood with a fucking knife in your hand! We literally caught you red-handed!
I'm inclined to agree. Sonata-san has some explaining to do if she wants to get suspicion away from her.
Gonna need a real good explaining, because otherwise, it's pretty obvious.
really want to believe it myself, but it is really suspicious. I mean, who else could have done it?
I really don't want to believe that Himari-chan would do something like that, but what if it really is her?
But I did... No, I...
Still trying to weasel your way out of this. Stop wasting our fucking time and just confess!
Enough! Look, I'm fully aware this seems open and shut. However, I've seen plenty of cases where the supposedly obvious suspect turned out to not be the culprit. We are here to prove who the real killer is. And to do that, we shouldn't be jumping to the quickest conclusion. If she is the killer, then we must prove it beyond any reasonable doubt. Discuss it until there are no possible avenues for her to be innocent. But until then, Himari deserves a chance to defend herself. Our decision here will not only impact her life, but ours as well. So don't take it lightly.
Thank you, Moichi. Anyway, I was going to say that I do have something that can prove that I...
Both of you fucking dorks really need to learn when to shut up! I don't give a shit what either of them say. He's just trying to get his baby sis off the hook because he's not man enough to get shit done! She killed that freak, and we caught her doing it! End of story! What more do you fucking need? Just admit it, you killed him already!
Yelling like this isn't going to help anyone, Ishikame.
How about you stop protecting her?
This trial would be over in no time. If you simply confess to your sin.
Yeah, she obviously shanked him before he could kick her ass. No way a wimp like you could have done it if you hadn't gotten the jump on him, Four Eyes.
You're rushing to the end before we've examined all possibilities.
Dunno. Seems rather straightforward to me. Sonata wouldn't be able to fight back against him. So of course she'd take him by surprise.
Look, I don't know. It's all just really fishy, okay? Is Himi-chan really the type to go all bloodthirsty like that?
You've known her for 5 fucking days!
Stay calm, Himari.
Moichi?
He might be flailing his accusation around like a fool right now, but we can still turn this around. You noticed it too, didn't you? What Ishikame said. There's something wrong with it.
Something wrong? Now that you mentioned it, I think there's something he said that was kind of off. Like it's contradicting something.
That's it. Now focus and pin down what exactly he said that creates this discrepancy. Then disprove that statement with fact and slice through his accusation.
Okay, got it.
This trial would be over in no time if you simply confess to your sin.
Yeah, she obviously shanked him before he could kick her ass.
That's not true! That's where you're wrong! I mean, it's...
How'd you say to me?
You've got something wrong, Ishikame-san. You said that Kutsuki-san was killed without a chance of fighting back. But the autopsy report here stated that his nose was broken pre-mortem, which means...
Fucking matter! Yeah, he didn't die getting his nose smashed. So what?
Well,
It matters because of the situation he would have gotten it, is what I believe she is trying to say.
That's right, exactly. So, the autopsy report says that his nose was broken before he was killed. And unless someone can vouch for Kutsuki-san hurting his nose beforehand, then it's likely that he got it during the murder. Which means he must have fought back against the killer.
Doubt he'd just be walking around with his nose busted. Or not.
Could he really have fought, though? I mean, he always had this big smile on his face, even when he was... he was still smiling. Maybe he left us quickly and didn't have to suffer. Yeah, that has to be it.
I'm not convinced.
Oh, you think he was in a lot of pain, Shigure-chan?
Quiet, Minasuga. That isn't what I was addressing. You all heard Kutsuki yourself the other day. With that little speech he put on. How he felt about leaving this place was rather obvious. As were his feelings about life and death in general. Perhaps this little struggle you claim occurred was more one-sided than you were letting on.
No, there definitely had to be some sort of struggle. The legs of the desk. They indicate a struggle.
However so?
A few of the desks had these long, dried-up blood streaks on them. Even ones further away from his body.
But Kutsuki-san was stabbed repeatedly. Isn't there a chance it was just splatter from the blood?
Well, that's not impossible. Some of the desks were too far from Kutsuki-san's body for it to have just been normal splatter. For the blood to be on the desks like that, the killer would have had to move them. So, some of the desks must have been knocked over while Kutsuki-san and the culprit were fighting.
I see. I can follow this line of logic.
I concede on this point, as it now seems rather apparent there was a struggle.
See? That's why it's...
However, all you've done is proven this simply was not a kill without a struggle. Who's to say you weren't the one on the other side of this struggle with Kutsuki?
Exactly. None of this bunk matters. Struggle or not, doesn't change the fact she killed him there. Classroom's pretty far from our line of sight now. We got the second floor. Wouldn't be a hard kill to make.
But, look at Hime-chan. She doesn't really look like someone who would win in a fight, huh? No offense, but you look like you'd be knocked on your butt if you sneezed too hard.
Kutsuki wasn't much of a fighter either. So knock off the Dover team. Whatever happened, you still led him there and killed him. We all know you did. Does it even matter? Does it even matter? Does it matter that there was a struggle? That's it. We all know you did. We all know you did. That's it. Does it even matter? You can't be that much stronger than you. That's it. We all know you did. We all know you did. That's it. You can't be that much stronger than you. Nobody see you kill him. That's it. That's it. Matter. Yeah, you're weak, but
I didn't kill Kutsuki-san!
then why did you come to the classroom alone with nobody around? Unless you got something to prove you didn't lead him there, you ain't changing my mind.
This is it! I do have proof, actually.
What's that?
It's a letter. It got sent to my room this morning. Here's what's written on it.
Dear Himari, I think I found something really important in Classroom 1C. It might be a way out of here. If you could get over as soon as you can, you might be able to help everybody escape. Signed, Reiji.
Signed, Reiji.
Kutsuki-san wrote this and left it for me. He was the one who called me to...
That could have easily been forged.
No, I didn't.
I was with Himari the whole time. Unless she was able to do it without me noticing, I can promise you that she didn't write it.
She could have forged it before the whole thing got going. Plenty of time then.
So that's what that letter on your door was about? Oh, well, maybe if you weren't so tiny with sleeping in, you'd have been able to stop this from happening! Geezer, shut your mouth! I don't know how they did things in your time, but here in the better generation, we just shut our traps and let them squirm on their own!
I believe that's enough of an indication to see that the note isn't fraudulent.
See? I was already asleep when the letter was brought to my room. Even the cat can confirm it.
That cat! Oh, I'll have you know that my name is... Yanasofu. A double name for a double geezer like you! I am not...
How utterly convenient. More than a low-born murderer deserves.
And once I read the letter, I went to Classroom 1C, just as it told me to.
So, let me get this straight. You went out to meet up with a guy, alone, in the middle of the early morning, all because this shady-ass letter told you to?
Well, I was... Well, I wasn't thinking things through as much as I should have at the time.
Oh my god! Seriously? This is not the place to be sleeping around, Hime-chan!
Stop talking! Having those kinds of thoughts before marriage is a sin! You need Jesus, Hanabusa-san.
Anyway, once I entered the classroom, it was all dark. I couldn't see anything in there. Then I remember somebody grabbing me. I couldn't see who it was. And then they knocked me out with something.
Oh no, are you okay?
I'm fine. When I woke up, I saw Kutsuki-san's body in front of me.
With blood all over you and a knife in your hand.
Guess you weren't the one calming him down then.
So, do you believe me now? That I didn't kill
I didn't finish! Sure, he's the one who called you there. But then what? You just proved you were in the classroom, knowing who would be there.
Wait, I didn't mean...
Either you took advantage of the situation and killed him, or he tried to kill you and you fought back. Take your pick. It doesn't change the most important thing here. You killed Kutsuki.
The newly presented evidence so far hasn't changed the outcome of this trial. Simply the circumstances surrounding it. The only fact that's relevant here is who killed the victim, not how or why they did it. Will this trial truly progress to a new conclusion if we just keep going into specifics of how this servile filth did her deed? I think not.
If my lady requests it, we should obey. This trial has nothing more to offer.
What? No! We can't do that! There's still...
Silence, Sonata-sama! If you continue to misguide us, I shall execute you myself!
Hey, Lancelot! Don't go trying to take the fun part from me!
Please wait a moment! Well, I think there's his reasoning to reason suspect Sanada-san. It risky would be to rush to a rushed conclusion. Sanada-san's life is not the only one lying on the line here. The rest of ours are also.
Don't try to convince them! It's all lost! They've all been taken! They've all been brainwashed! But not me! I want to survive! I want to live!
I want to live? Yes, so I'd wish for us to leave no doubt before we are come to final conclusion.
Fine. This moronic charade can't possibly sink lower anyhow.
What else should we be discussing then?
An overview of the case would be a good spot to start, to land everyone on the same page. One that seems important that we've neglected thus far is the murder weapon used in this case.
What's the point? We already know what it is! It's a fucking knife!
Because any weapon will have an array of surrounding factors, and we need to be sure of as many of those as possible.
The knife was specifically a kitchen knife, correct? A kitchen knife from, well, the kitchen.
That seems to be the case, but it's rather ornate and slim for a kitchen knife. Did anyone happen to investigate the kitchen?
My lady and I were guarding the crime scene throughout the investigation.
I wasn't sure if it would prove important, so I never went inside the actual kitchen itself.
I was busy elsewhere, so I sadly have nothing to share.
I was in there, but I still don't...
No one knows anything. Great.
where the knife came from.
Of course you'd have an answer. Did your brother coach you or some shit?
My integrity as a prosecutor is something I take pride in, Ishikame. I wouldn't endanger it on something like this. Himari, if you could please share your theory.
Right. So, earlier, when Moichi and I were investigating, we found an empty box for a sashimi knife. I didn't get the best look at the knife, but it seems to be the only knife that was missing from the kitchen.
Oh?
Not only that, the patterns on the handle of the knife matched those on the box.
Did anyone else keep an eye on the kitchen leading up to the case? Maybe even see who went in and out?
Speak up, Okabe.
I was in the kitchen all night last night. But I didn't see anyone coming in or out all night. I promise.
You didn't see anyone at all?
Yes, none, zero. It was just me all night. I didn't take the knife, by the way. Nuh-uh. No idea when the knife was taken, but it's definitely not last night. Otherwise, I would have seen it, right? I was in the kitchen the whole night! And I saw nobody come in or out. It was just me. I was in the kitchen the whole night! And I saw nobody come in or out. It was just me.
We know. You said that 3 times already.
You've certainly grown quite neurotic.
What? What made you say that? I mean, I don't know what Himari's planning with all of this.
Please refrain from badgering the suspect.
Anyway, I'm telling you now, I was alone in the kitchen all night.
Okabe, that's not what you told us earlier.
Well, maybe you heard me wrong. It happens. So I'm correcting it right now. The kitchen last night was totally empty.
I can feel it! He's lying!
Then prove it.
I don't need to spell this out, do I?
Yeah, Hiroshi is acting strange.
Not my first time having to deal with a difficult witness. Whatever tomfoolery he's trying to pull, it ends now.
I don't see anywhere I can disprove what he's saying, though.
Times like these are when we corroborate a correct statement. An account from a single person alone might not hold a lot of weight, but if multiple people can back up the same claim, it becomes a lot more solid.
I see. All right.
The suspect.
Anyway, I'm telling you now, I was alone in the kitchen all night.
Okabe, that's not what you told us earlier.
Yeah, that's right! Hiroshi, what you told us was completely different from this.
Well, you heard wrong. Besides, you're the suspect here, right? Can we really trust anything you say?
What if you hear it from me, then? During the investigation, Himari and I talked to you about your night in the kitchen. And you gave us a completely different story from whatever you're spouting right now.
I didn't think it would be all that important.
So you simply decided to change your story all of a sudden.
Speak, Okabe. Our very lives are at stake. So unless you have a very good reason for omitting facts from this trial, speak up this instant.
Yes, ma'am. I didn't think it would be important to mention who came by last night as they are, well, as they aren't here with us anymore.
Not with us anymore? Why? Wait. Don't tell me.
Yeah. Kutsuki-san was the one that came into the kitchen last night. Maybe around midnight? It was kinda hard to keep track of time.
How interesting factoid to now share. I'll be sure to keep this mind in mind. Thank you, however, Okabe-san. This information
is suspicious.
Finally, the fucking decided to join the conversation.
Are you, incapable of learning anyone's actual names?
The information is suspicious. Both of you were in an optimal position to take the knife. Therefore, you too are suspicious.
But wasn't Reiji-chan the one who... If Reiji-chan was the one who got hurt, how could he be suspicious?
Sanada. Allegedly, Kutsuki sent her a summons to meet up in classroom 1C. He was additionally seen at the location where the murder weapon went missing from. Therefore, both Kutsuki and Okabe had the opportunity to steal the knife. Sanada?
Yes?
When did you receive the letter?
Well, when I woke up. Around 5 a.m. I'm not sure when the letter came to my room, though. I, kind of accidentally left the door unlocked last night.
Hello? Earth to Hime-chan! We're in a death game!
If you didn't do it, mistakes like that'll make sure you're next.
I know.
Are you crazy? Get your head into the goddamn game, Sanada-san! How can you be so careless? This place, it's not normal. If you lose it here, you're in a world of hurt!
So, should we think if it's possible for Hiro-chan to be the killer?
No, I'd never kill anybody! Promise!
With instigation, perhaps not. But there is a possibility of self-defense.
What? No,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Though, not defending himself.
What do you mean?
Well, let me pose this theory. Hiro-chan saw Reiji-chan take the knife, but instead of confronting him, he quietly followed him. He saw Reiji-chan follow Hime-chan into the classroom, got worried, and followed them both in. Reiji-chan, who was planning to murder Hime-chan, attacked her and knocked her out so she wouldn't fight back. Jumping in to save her, Hiro-chan wrestled the knife away from Reiji-chan, struggled a bit, and turned the tables and stabbed him. But after the adrenaline wore off, Hiro-chan saw what he did and panicked. He moved the crime scene around to frame Hime-chan for it, then ran off to secure his alibi.
Not implausible. I ran into Okabe-sama downstairs this morning, which was rather unusual.
Whoa! You actually think I did it? Bro, that's bogus! I couldn't have done any of that! No way!
What? This attitude of yours is just some fucking mental breakdown from stress or something?
Hiroshi.
No! This is a really big misunderstanding! I was in the kitchen all night! When would I have had the time to go kill somebody?
You were alone all night, as you've claimed yourself. Unless somebody can confirm your alibi, that statement is doubtful at best.
Especially since you just lied about not seeing Kutsuki before he died.
And your current shift in attitude to this bizarre panic leaves you lacking nothing more than
Suspicious.
What? Why is this happening? I didn't kill Kutsuki-san! It was Himari! She was found with him, wasn't she? She was even holding a knife and covered in blood and everything! Look at me in comparison. I ain't got a drop of blood on me. And if you check that knife for fingerprints, mine wouldn't be on it, because I never touched it, ever!
Perhaps you cleaned yourself up with the washroom so near to the crime scene.
Disturbing my perfectly arranged medical supplies in the process. Oh my.
And I'd imagine if fingerprinting or other forms of DNA analysis were available, it would have been mentioned already.
You think I give you dweebs something that fancy? Dream on. There's no fun in such easy proceedings. Dance. Dance for me.
You disgust me in the joy you get from this.
Well, Himari is still the most suspicious one.
Hiroshi.
No! You... Shut up! I know you did it, and now you're trying to pin it on me!
Hiroshi, listen!
You're trying to drag me into your murder! I'm gonna prove it! I'm gonna prove that you did it! What are you trying to pull? What are you trying to pull? I didn't do anything! I can't believe you'd do this to me! I didn't do anything! You're hiding something, I just know it!
Hiroshi, please, calm down!
How am I supposed to calm down? I know I didn't do it! You did! But now everyone is suspecting me! Because there's nobody to back me up! I don't have an alibi!
This is it! Hiroshi, please, just listen to me for a second!
No, I won't! Why should I listen to...
Enough. Continue, Sonata.
Thank you. Hiroshi, you were in the kitchen all last night doing the dishes, right?
Yeah, but
You said you weren't allowed to leave until you had the place spotless.
Yeah, but that was only because of... Oh.
Oh? The fuck you mean, oh?
That's right. It was because of that cat. He held you up in the kitchen all night until all of the dishes were done.
He also made me make sure the place was clean, top to bottom. I haven't got a chance to sleep at all.
And you would have been done faster if you didn't dilly-dally and let it get that bad in the first place! And yo! How many times do I have to tell you that my name is...
And since he was there in the kitchen watching you all night, he can corroborate your account. He's your alibi.
Sorry. But, yeah, see, I wasn't...
Can we really believe it, though? I mean, like, that thing was the one who brought us here in the first place. Like, who's to say he didn't help you with, you know, the murder stuff?
Wouldn't that be a violation of the rules?
I mean, I don't see exactly why it would be. The rules said that Nianus isn't allowed to mess with the experiment in any meaningful way. But that isn't Giannis. Not anymore, anyway. So maybe the rules work differently for him.
Quite an interesting observation, Hanabusa-sama. Giannis, do the rules work that way?
I'm keeping quiet for now. I want to see how you all decide this works.
What? You can't do that! As the overseer, you are bound to...
Oh, cannon, Yana Tofu! I ain't bound to anything besides some flimsy rules and me saying nothing breaks none of them.
No! Come on, tell us, please!
Well, unless the cat yokai says otherwise, my theory holds up.
I'm not so sure about that, Hanabusa-san.
What? Why are you arguing about this? If Hiro-chan's the guilty one, that proves you're innocent, right?
Well, kind of, but...
Kind of? Isn't that what you want?
I really don't believe Hiroshi is the one who did this. Even if he doesn't believe the same for me. However, I'm sure that there's a way to prove it. I'm sure there's evidence that can prove that Hiroshi and Yana Sofu were in the kitchen all night.
Are you sure he's innocent? Because I'm pretty sure that thing's lying.
I'm not lying, I promise.
Please, you're shaking like a fucking leaf. That lard ass has a point for once.
What do you mean for once?
Still not sure it means he's guilty. But he's definitely more suspicious now.
I promise you, no bogus. I'm telling the truth. I was held up all night by that old cat. He wasn't gonna let me go
until the kitchen was spotless. Blah, 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 blah. I know, it doesn't matter. Save it for the judge, Hiro-chan, because I'm not buying it.
You got that too, right?
Uh-huh.
Hanabusa contradicted herself. You can make use of that. Sometimes all it takes to disprove someone's claim is to throw their own words right back at them.
I see. All right.
I'm more suspicious now.
I promise you, no bogus. I'm telling the truth. I was held up all night by that old cat. He wasn't gonna let me go
until the kitchen was spotless. Blah, 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 blah. I know, it doesn't matter. Are you sure he's innocent? Because I'm pretty sure that thing's lying.
I'm not lying, I promise.
Are you sure he's innocent? Because I'm pretty sure that thing's... That's not true!
The kitchen itself should prove Hiroshi's story. I don't know how many of you were able to check, but the kitchen was spotless this morning when I went to investigate. Moichi was with me and can confirm this too.
Correct. I was with Himari in the kitchen. It was clean.
While Giannis and Yanasofu seem rather advanced.
Team Yanasofu? Oh, you ignorant twerp! Ah!
Shut up! At least let her talk before we kill her.
Their small structure and limited mobility would make it impossible to clean the kitchen that thoroughly by themselves.
I can't believe the youth nowadays! No respect for their elders at all! I'll have you know this!
Affirmative.
Huh?
Yanasofu's mechanics are very simple. He can hold himself up and operate, but proper maintenance of this facility is undeniably beyond his capabilities.
Hey! You don't need to tell them all that! Those are trade secrets!
Trade
already? Subjecting me to this depraved experiment is already an insult. But mustn't be overseen by such vapid clowns.
Oh, my lady, I urge you to remain calm. Such rage may imbalance your humors. Oh, alas. Where were we? The kitchen.
Oh! I can promise the kitchen was clean! I got a bit hungry during everything and went back to the kitchen for some food before we came here.
You went and had a snack in the middle of a murder case?
But see, the kitchen could have only been cleaned by Hiroshi. And to do all that, it would have left him with almost no time to commit a murder.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Damn. Really thought I was onto something there. Even checked the kitchen and everything. It's no big deal.
So this means Hiroshi couldn't have killed Kutsuki-san.
Himari,
That isn't good enough. In my line of work, you quickly learn how much of a difference no time and almost no time can really make when it comes to murder. And Okabe still had enough time to potentially kill Kutsuki.
I agree. While the current circumstances make it more and more improbable that Okabe-san is our culprit, it's not yet impossible.
What? Are you serious? Isn't this enough? I'm telling you, I didn't do it!
It could have been what? A few minutes? That's enough time.
Did he really do it? But he's so kind and silly.
Did he do it?
Shiraki-san, you told me earlier that you ran into Hiroshi this morning before Kutsuki-san's body was found, right?
Aye, it's as you say. If I remember correctly, he came from the direction of the elevator rather than a classroom. Had he been downstairs before my lady and I, it would have been impossible to falsify his trajectory.
Yeah, and it wasn't long after I ran into you that we heard the glass shatter.
Aye, that is also true.
Glass shattering? Explain.
Oh, have we not explained this yet? Okabe-sama and I heard the sound of glass shattering and ran forth to find its source. Then, moments later, we were alerted by an even louder scream coming from classroom 1C.
That would have been me when I woke up.
The glass caught our attention, but Himari's screaming was what got us to the classroom.
Pardon me, but I'm not confused by what you mean. Broken glass? There are no glass structures within this building facility that could have smashed.
Yes, 'twas rather vexing upon hearing it. But during the investigation, we found shattered glass on the ground near to the body.
I watched the servant point out something glimmering from the floor, so I corroborate the glass's presence. No one moved it under our watch.
Oh dear, Sanada-san, surely you didn't cut yourself on the shards?
Maybe Reiji-chan's sunglasses broke. That would explain it.
Impossible. The glass of his lenses were tinted, while the glass at the crime scene was not.
Speaking of, I don't think I saw his sunglasses at the scene either. Did anybody else notice them?
Nay, neither I nor my lady saw them at the crime scene.
I didn't think to check his bedroom, though I guess it'd be kind of weird for him to leave without them.
He had them when he stopped by the kitchen.
I doubt it's of any importance. The culprit here was clearly an amateur. Only confident killers take trophies.
But if it was not the sunglasses, what else could have shattered been?
I think I might have the answer. But it's probably going to implicate me again. It's likely that one of my coffee vials was shattered against the floor, which was what left all the glass there.
You did mention that they're pretty fragile, so shattering it like that does make sense.
That would also explain this item I found at the scene. While I was taking care of my situation this morning, I faintly heard the crashing sound as well, and followed afterwards. Before we were all called to the gym, I felt myself step on something strange. I decided to keep hold of it, just to be safe.
Lucky you stepped on the cork instead of the glass, huh, Ogasawara-san? Wait, you walked off with evidence?
I returned to the crime scene, so it's unlikely it mattered. Rather, it seems to have proven useful.
Surely a trinket like this played a role in the killer's plan. So, for it to be absent upon returning to the crime scene. Unfortunate luck makes a predator arrogant. Arrogance turns a predator into prey.
God damn it, we're getting nowhere with this shit! All these retarded fucking theories aren't getting us anywhere but right back where we started! The first one was the right one. The crazy coffee bitch murdered his ass, and she's been dragging this out for far too long!
Man, shut the hell up! Even if you still believe it's Hime-chan, that doesn't give you the right to be saying any of that!
Moichi, you believe in me, right?
I choose to believe in the facts of the case. And right now, the facts are pointing more at you than in any other direction. I'm sorry.
No, Moichi, please. You have to believe me.
Don't use that line on me right now. Don't make this even harder for me.
Quiet. Stop with your senseless crying, trying to prove your innocence through nothing more than your emotions. You have previously directed the conversation with evidence. If you're innocent, prove it.
Himari-san? I believe in you.
Thank you.
Oh, poor dog. Don't worry. I understand your position, Kaguya-san. Oh, I hate to see such a beautiful specimen waste herself on such cruelty. But in order to survive ourselves, I simply must help redirect your flawed thought process. Oh, I'm afraid we have been neglecting the obvious for a while. Sanada-san was spotted at the crime scene!
Spotted at the crime scene?
God, what a fucking pain.
It's quite simple, you know. She stabs Kutsuki-san 3 times, and then shoves his body aside and covers herself and the floor in his blood.
Checks out. Let's just get this over with. No point prolonging the inevitable.
Prolonging the inevitable.
It's quite. She stabs Kutsuki-san and then shoves his body aside and covers her. That's not true!
Hakude-san, are you sure that's how things happened? Moichi's analysis of the crime scene concluded that Kutsuki-san was stabbed while flat on his back and hadn't been moved.
I can concede that Kutsuki-san was never moved. I understand that now. But you were still covered in his blood after all. You only got to after killing him, no?
No, I was dragged across his body while I was unconscious. How else would...
Could you not just as easily have dragged yourself across his body? Simply put, you did so to frame yourself, to present the idea that another had incriminated you. Oh, what a devilish plot, Sanada-san. deploy, Sonata-san. It's quite the ploy, Sonata-san. It's quite the ploy, Sonata-san. Oh my! I see.
You got it all wrong, Hakure-san.
Why, Sonata-san, my theory seems rather plausible to me. You could have easily gotten the blood on yourself if you'd killed him.
This is it! Hakure-san, please listen to me!
Oh, what is it, darling?
Yes, I was covered in blood. But the important part is where the blood was. It was only on the back of my pants and across my hands. Not only that, but the way the blood looked. It wasn't a splatter, but a drag.
I concur. The blood there looked strange for Sonata-sama to have been the point of origin.
Not to mention, if I'd been the one to stab him, wouldn't I have blood all over my front as well?
Oh my, that does make sense. I know even I'd have trouble doing an operation.
That's all you have to say after that waste of time?
Oh, I do apologize. I had some of my own theories surrounding the crime scene and simply hadn't gotten the chance to speak up yet.
You didn't even go to the crime scene!
Talking about doing something backwards, wouldn't it have been possible you stabbed him behind yourself? It's not exactly an easy feat, but it's possible you could have anticipated this, spider walked over him, and stabbed him that way, no?
Spider walked? Are you Spider-Man or something?
That isn't not possible. Fingerprints are not even though we cannot check for. Their hands should be handprints at the crime scene if that is true. But investigating when I the crime scene, completely missing. No trace of any handprints at all.
I see. My apologies for the interruption then.
Okay, now if I can, I'd like to recap everything we know so far. And if I miss anything, please speak up. So, this morning, I received a letter from Kutsuki-san, telling me to meet him in classroom 1C. I made my way there after receiving the letter. Once inside, I was knocked out, then dragged across Kutsuki-san's body while unconscious. They must have put the knife in my hand too while they were at it. Then, I was left to wake up and be framed as the killer. Which seemed to have worked, as my scream brought Shiraki-san and Hiroshi to the scene, making it seem like they had caught me red-handed. Have I left anything else out?
That's everything we've been able to figure out. The evidence points to your innocence at the moment, though it is still currently hypothetical. But for now, it might be better for us to operate on the assumption that Himari is innocent.
Oh, I have a question.
What is it, Minazuka-san?
You said you went to sleep, but then you just woke up. Were you tired, Himari-chan?
No. I was knocked out. I'm still not sure by what, though.
What do you mean you're not sure? Were you, like, hit in the head or something?
No, that would have left some sort of mark if that happened. Oh, right! After I walked into the classroom, someone put their hand over my mouth. Then I felt a sharp pain in my side. Like I was stabbed with something. Ah!
Himari? What are you?
Of course, a servant like you would resort to.
No, that's not what I'm doing. If I got stabbed, then there should be a wound, right?
Oh, that's a puncture mark for sure. I can tell just from the way it looks.
So I did get stabbed with something.
It seems quite possible. It looks identical to a needle puncture site.
A needle is certainly plausible, but are we sure it's not from elsewhere? Maybe one of Minasuga-san's bees, for instance?
Don't talk about my bees like that! I know bees are scary to people sometimes, but my bees are kind. They'd never sting someone, no matter how mean they were being.
Outside of a severe allergy, these things are minor injuries for humans, but they are fatal to the attacking bee. It's a last resort attack. And last I checked, the 7 bees that have been swarming him are all still alive.
Yeah! Don't make up
Wait, puncture site? I knew it! You were taken by aliens!
Oh, God damn it, not this shit again!
The aliens! They taken Sanada-san, and then they probed her to steal her likeness! The real Sanada-san was taken away for her own nefarious intentions! And then the one in front of—
Oh, somebody shut him the fuck up!
Ignore Ishikami-san. I'm curious, very curious about your suggestion, Hoshisaki-san. Why would you think that?
Oh, fucking encourage him!
Well, when I woke up this morning, I was watching over the railing, like I always do every morning, and I saw it!
Saw what?
You've been cloned, Sanada-san! The clone attacked her and dragged her away!
Are we seriously entertaining the delusional bullshit of this complete fucking lunatic?
All avenues must considered be to reach the truth, Ishikami.
Yeah, but like... we're talking about Himari getting kidnapped by aliens and cloned here. It's kinda hard to swallow, to say the least.
Can you recount what you saw, Hoshisaki-san?
This is gonna be fucking rich.
This morning, I was up early watching the first floor from the banister. And that's when I saw them! Sanada-san's doppelganger!
How would a doppelganger even get in if we can't get out?
Be now quiet and letting him finish.
The alien grabbed Sanada-san from behind. Then he jammed his concoction into her. That's Sanada-san before us. At best, she's nothing more than a mindless drone! Or worse, the alien doppelganger herself!
What the fuck are we bothering with this freak?
Can you recount what you saw, Hoshisaki-san?
This is gonna be fucking rich.
This morning, I was up early watching the first floor from the banister. And that's when I saw them! Sanada-san's doppelganger!
How would a doppelganger even get in if we can't get out?
Be now quiet and letting him finish.
The alien grabbed Sanada-san from behind. Then he jammed his concoction into her.
Yeah, that's right!
That reminds me. Hoshisaki-san? Thank you.
What? What is the alien clone thinking me? No. Have I made a mistake?
I don't think there are any alien clones. But you are right about what I might have been stabbed with. Hakure-san, During the investigation, you mentioned something about the supplies going missing from the cabinet in the nurse's office?
Quite so. I have been keeping an incredibly close eye on the supplies in the nurse's office. Oh, but troublingly, many of our supplies had gone missing this past night, and the cabinet left in disarray. Oh, it's dreadful.
Could you repeat what went missing between the night before the murder and the morning of?
Let's see. There were a set of bandages, a tranquilizer, and a syringe. Which does line up with your testimony, Sanada-san.
I mean, theoretically, but aliens wouldn't need to take...
I don't think it makes sense for me to knock myself out and then somehow drag myself over the body.
All right, Himari. You've more than proven your innocence for the time being. But further evidence may still overturn that.
Something's still bothering me.
Then speak up about it.
Well, if Sanada's telling the truth about that letter, and it was sent by Kutsuki, and if Akabe's saying Kutsuki took the knife...
Then it would mean, most likely, that it was Kutsuki who planned to murder Himari. It obviously failed, but we need to figure out why.
Someone else killed Kutsuki. That leaves the question of your sister. Why not just kill her too?
Yeah, what dumbass would just leave her alive?
The one that wanted to frame her. Duh! So it leave us with a suspect we all thought was obvious, and they could easily pin it on.
This conversation has circled.
Huh? What do you mean? We've proven Himari-chan's innocence, haven't we?
We have discussed similar points repeatedly and only added minor details. Though Sanada is seeming less suspicious than before, I do not believe she is yet fully trustworthy.
Why's that? Himari-chan's so nice.
To you, perhaps. However, she had quite a different approach to me.
Aikawa-san?
When she cornered me in the storage room 2 nights ago, she told me she could have poisoned the meals she was bringing me.
What? Wait, that's...
Is that not what you said, Sanada?
No, I was saying that because...
Because I distrusted you, as should be done in this situation. Murder may have already been on Sanada's mind. Furthermore, Okabe, you injured your leg a few days ago, correct?
Yeah, I did hurt my leg a little.
This gives Sanada an opportunity to have checked the medicine cabinet's contents. She would have discovered the tranquilizer was present there.
Hey now, hold on a sec. What's your deal? You haven't even been investigating, and now you're coming out here and saying all this?
So, suddenly, extra details are no longer welcome? Details that you emotionally cannot fully reconcile? Do you now doubt Sanada again, based on that fact?
This is what those cats want us to do. If we start doubting each other again, we'll never find out who did this.
I don't want to doubt my friends.
Aye. Yet we cannot distrust every piece of information. And I assure you, my trust in my leg...
I haven't seen reason to suspect anybody here. Besides the killer, that is.
Ignorant. You don't even know who they are.
If you have hard evidence to prove someone is untrustworthy, Aikawa, present it.
It is hard evidence, as you say, that has led us into this spiral. But you ignore evidence that you have a negative emotional reaction to.
I've ignored no evidence, Aikawa. Now, what do you present to prove someone is untrustworthy?
That's not a promising response.
Your faith in one another is holding you back. You allow emotion to obscure the truth. Your faith in one another is holding you back. You allow emotion to obscure the truth.
Nothing we've discussed points to any other conclusion. The time for arguing is over. We have...
That's not true!
Alright. Aikawa-san, I'll do what you suggest.
Are you actually siding with this?
I don't exactly want to, but are we really going to get anywhere if we don't consider every possibility?
You're playing a very dangerous game, Sonata. However, that's not to say I trusted you regardless.
Right. Miyoga-san, last night you mentioned you were staying in the nurse's office, correct?
Got no reason to lie about that.
You also mentioned that at some point last night, someone came into the nurse's office.
Yeah, around 2 or 3 in the morning.
The nurse's office was most likely visited by Kutsuki, considering he'd been planning the murder. Even then, this was long before he actually died.
Hold on now. I actually have my own doubts about when Kutsuki-san died this morning.
Inoue-san?
I don't think that's possible. He couldn't have died earlier than 5 o'clock this morning. Given he's the one who attacked Himari.
Sonata-san, didn't you see actually ever who did attack you?
No, I didn't see who it was. But it would have had to have been Kutsuki-san, right?
No. There's always the chance it was someone else, including if my theory of mine holds up.
Your theory?
Well, I did not get long time to inspect his body, so I did found it rather abnormal. Body had started to go into rigor mortis. Rigor mortis. What's that? Oh, no, rigor mortis. It's the state a body goes into after the person have died. Kutsuki-san's body was too far along to have died when now everyone said he did.
What? What'd you keep quiet about all this shit till now, you half-dead bitch?
To being honest, I did found it odd. There are many reasons for someone's body to be farther along than schedule. I wasn't fully confident in my theory.
If your theory is correct, what time would you say he died?
I'm not an expert on bodies being dead for less than the few million years at least. Although, if I had to now make a guess, possibly sometime between 2 and 3 this morning.
2 and 3 this morning. Wait, that's when Miyoga-san said she...
Supposedly saw someone else this morning, if she can be trusted.
You think I'm lying?
If it was to cover up your crime, absolutely. Your claim is that you've been sleeping in the nurse's office rather than your own room. Our rooms aren't exactly comfortable, but the nurse's office is considerably worse. Which begs the question, why were you sleeping in there?
That is a strange claim, I have to admit. Maybe Miyoga-san has been lying this whole time.
Good fucking grief. Already told you way back at the start of this. I was in the nurse's office.
Alone?
She mentioned seeing someone else enter. But that person didn't see her.
They probably wouldn't have come forward even if they did.
Probably not. Maybe they're the culprit.
Regardless, there's no witness testimony. And no physical evidence that she was there. With this many uncertainties, I don't think we can conclude that Myoga was in there.
Already told you way back at the start of this. I was in the nurse's office.
Alone?
She mentioned seeing someone else enter. But that person didn't see her.
They probably wouldn't have come forward even if they did.
Probably not.
Regardless, there's no witness testimony. And no physical evidence that she was there.
That's not true!
Moichi, you might have missed this while we were investigating the nurse's office. But there is evidence to prove someone was sleeping in there last night.
Which is?
One of the beds was warm when we were there. And it would only get that way if someone was sleeping there, right?
Not necessarily. Someone could have laid there for a short amount of time to warm it up. Or even just put something warm on it.
I don't think that's what happened, though. It was only warm under the covers, while where they'd been pushed off had cooled down again. Just to make sure, did anyone else happen to stop by the nurse's office and rest in the beds?
No, because I was the only one sleeping in there.
I've stopped by to check the supplies and to fix Ishikame-san's hand, but I've certainly not stayed in one of the beds.
I cannot fathom anyone else willingly resting in such a place. Nay.
Then that means Myoga-san wasn't lying about being there last night, and didn't leave until she heard me scream. There's no reason to doubt this fact.
Himari-chan, I have to ask though, what does this mean? Did the big bear lady do it?
It means Myoga-san's not lying about seeing...
It doesn't mean jack shit. Even if she did see somebody, then what? She can't tell us who it fucking was. Because Grizzly Bitch was too fucking stupid to keep the lights on. We have no idea who was in there.
I wouldn't exactly say that.
You calling me a liar?
No. I mean that we aren't completely without an idea as to who Myoga-san saw last night. Because somebody had left something in the room. That's it! Somebody left something in the trash can.
You've got to be shitting me. You went fucking dumpster diving for your answer? Where's next? Who took a shit in the cafeteria bathrooms?
Would you just shut up for once in your life? Hime-chan, could you explain why the trash would be so important?
Well, Ishikame-san wasn't exactly wrong about me looking through the trash can. In it, I found a bunch of used and slightly damp bandages. Myoga-san, were these there before you went to sleep?
Wasn't exactly something I kept an eye on. But pretty sure it was empty before.
So that means whoever went in the morning probably threw away these bandages and replaced them. Of everyone here that wears bandages regularly, that would be... Hakure-san, Inoue-san, Ishikame-san, Hoshisaki-san, Hanabusa-san, and Moichi.
You consider me to be a suspect, Himari?
It's just to be thorough with who it could be. So, did any of you happen to drop by the nurse's office to swap out your bandages last night?
You can't trick me! I'd never leave my DNA lying around!
Don't go fucking blaming me!
I keep my own stash in my room, so no need to clean up there.
Yeah, I'm the same as Eri-chan here.
No, they're not our mine either, too.
It appears most of us all hold our own stashes of bandages, making these not all that important.
Truly. I believe the owner of these bandages is of much more importance than initially believed.
They are, milady. Why would this be?
Naturally. If these bandages had no importance, someone would have claimed them without issue. However, The fact none have come forth means whomever discarded them wishes to remain anonymous. Ergo, they have something to hide. Perhaps even they're linked to the murder.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Of course you would latch on to my theory.
So that means we just need to cut down our options from...
Silence, Sonata. I wasn't finished. Furthermore, I posit that there is something else abnormal about these bandages.
That's it! That's right. The bandages were damp and...
Judio, when we're done here, educate that servant on what silence means. However, that is correct. The bandages seem to have been damp at one point.
Okay, where's that get us?
They were washed, and before that, stained with blood.
Oh
How can you tell just by looking at them now?
First of all, they still smell of iron.
That may be due to the sink itself. Whenever the water is running, due to the old pipes, it smells quite similar to blood.
I don't think that disproves Ogasawara-san's theory.
Rather, it enforces it if the water there smells of blood too. More pertinently, there's still some faint brown staining upon it, both from where the blood initially was and where they remained dry. They were quite coated in blood at one point.
Ah, I see, my lady.
Accounting for that, I strongly doubt they are Ishikame's.
Why? Seems plausible to me he could have done it.
What the fuck? What's that supposed to mean?
It would be illogical for him to remove blood from his bandages when there's a suitable explanation of how it got there. After all, it would be foolish to sacrifice a strong alibi to create such a flawed frame-up.
Seems like Hanabus's bandages are way too long to be those two.
Oh, it's no big deal. Here, I'll unwrap them and show you.
Wait, please don't! We believe you, Hanabusa-san!
Oh, all right then. Next time. Can't say I think it's Eri-chan or Koko-chan either. Might be the Kyonchi, though.
Please, you are asked to stop with.
Oh, why ever would Hoshisaki-san and I be clear?
Easy. Koko-chan's bandages wouldn't have that much blood on them unless he was, like, hovering directly over Reiji-chan, and he'd get way bloodier. And Eri-chan, you've got gloves on and you're wearing white. Any blood would show up easily.
I'm wearing gloves too.
Yeah, but you could, like, block blood on them with your necrotic powers.
Then wouldn't I not block all the blood with them? Wait, no, I have not got powers that are...
Enough of that.
Besides, Eri-chan and Koko-chan have alibis thanks to their testimonies anyway.
That's if their testimonies are even to be believed.
Why do you say that?
I realize I am also currently under suspicion. But I wish to point out the rest of us all have testimonies even flimsier than Ishikame's. They all amount to a variation of, I was asleep upstairs in my room. Yet all of us were alone. Alibis with no evidence to back them up.
Ugh, what a pain.
Hoshisaki-san, can I ask you for something?
No! I won't let you have my DNA or my brain!
Hoshisaki-san, it is okay. I am not think Sanada-san wants those... what is you want to ask Sanada-san?
Hoshisaki-san, you mentioned earlier that you saw a clone of me. Do you still stand by this?
The fuck does it matter? The dude's clearly delusional!
Are you finally going to admit it? That you're an imposter! I saw what you did! You attacked the real Sanada-san! After you followed her to the classroom, you injected her with some vile concoction to steal her DNA! Then you used that DNA to transform into her and steal her place!
Himari, do you actually intend to trust this? He's accusing you of being a clone of yourself. His condition leaves him a rather unreliable witness. It's likely he hallucinated what he claims to have seen.
No! There's no way I'd imagine something like this! You must be another imposter too! You're all conspiring! You want it, you know! I'm always protected and alert! I'm on to you! I'll find out how to prove it and expose the truth!
That's okay, man.
Sanada.
Aikawa-san?
You've realized the truth of this case. Now it's time to push forward with...
Enough of this! We should move on to a point.
The person Hoshisaki-san saw this morning. Moichi, was it you?
Me? You think I'd do something like this?
Just what are you playing at now? Do you have any notion of how absurd such a claim is? I have known Sanada for years. Murder is beyond the limits of his character. How utterly preposterous.
And isn't that like your actual brother you're accusing? I mean, if he drugged you and dragged you off, wouldn't that mean he also killed Reiji-chan? You think he'd actually do that? You're twins!
Well, I usually want to agree with you, Hanabusa. It seems my sister disagrees. After all, she is trying to frame me.
It's nothing like that, Moichi. I don't want to.
Nothing like that. I've tried to help you clear your name, and this is how you choose to thank me? Latching on to the theory of a boy trapped in his own delusion. It's been clear to everyone else in this room that you were I was the one that stood up for you. And then you turn around and accuse me of drugging you? And even potentially... So this is what you think. I'm very...
No, Moichi, I don't...
Your argument is based on whatever flimsy evidence you could weave into a complete narrative. This stops right here. You've been pulling this trial around for... It's time for me to put it back on track. This is the truth behind the course of events this morning. The real. At some point near midnight, after leaving that note, once there, he tried to attack you. You proved him wrong. You broke...
I am sorry, but timing
The exact time Himari killed him doesn't matter. Laying in a... As for the missing... Aikawa even mentioned you had an opportunity to see what was in... And that fully explains...
however, have a few questions. About much like the bloodied bandages we found the trash can. Sanada-san, Shiori is without other wounds for our bandages to cover. So where did those come from?
Simply put, they were mine.
And why exactly did you withhold this information until now?
Because I saw no reason to speak up.
So you fucking lied about them not being yours?
I don't recall ever claiming they weren't mine, just that they weren't important to the case at hand. I chose not to speak up because I didn't want unnecessary suspicion upon myself. The wounds on my arms had opened back up and I needed to replace them.
But didn't you say you had your own in your room?
I did, but I lacked antiseptic for my wounds, so I was forced to head to the nurse's office. This was before the night announcement. Myoga was simply mistaken upon the contents of the trash can. Those bandages hold no importance to the actual murder being talked about.
Honestly, it's possible. Wasn't real.
Such an answer, then, is satisfying.
If this is the truth my lady agrees with, then I too...
Oh, so we can finally get this over with! Fucking finally! We've had the right killer!
It does make sense.
Are we sure this is the right answer?
I'm certain. Anyone with a brain would agree.
Well, my bees love to say how smart I am, so...
I don't accept your lies! You are an imposter!
I don't believe that this has fully explained it all, the case.
I still think it's weird as hell that you're choosing now to speak up about the bandages.
Your behavior has turned suspicious, now that you are a likely perpetrator.
Oh, darling, you should have woken me up. I would have gladly helped you with your... And though, I question what could have caused them to open again.
Lying is a sin. You should know that. Why do it then?
This is giving me some idea.
Would you stop trying to make this struggle?
You're no fun, geezer. But guess you have a... It's no good making such complicated stuff up on the... Oh, well, I can wait enough. I bet they'll start throwing punches any second now.
Why are we so certain it's even one of the two of them? It could have been someone else, no?
Could have been someone else.
What? You finally gonna say something useful?
The classroom door. Himari-san. Where Himari-san and I...
Uh-huh. Do you mean the closet?
A vent in the closet.
A vent?
There's a vent within the closet? Why was that not told to the rest of us before?
Wait. If there's a vent, then someone could crawl through it. But if Kaguya-chan was the only one who knew about this...
It seems another option has just revealed it.
The vent could change a lot about what we know so far.
Could change a lot.
Guess we know Fatty's the culprit.
Shove it, Hairspray. You probably couldn't even get it open.
Could anyone have opened it?
Kaguya might have. We don't know the first thing about her. Maybe she's tougher than she looks.
Me?
Yeah, exactly. You broke it open, then crawled in and out like a raccoon. Could have killed Kutsuki and hid in there.
I guess that's not our worst theory. The vent could change a lot about what we know so far.
Could change a...
Guess we know Fatty's.
Shove it, Hairspray. You
Could anyone have opened?
Kaguya might have. Maybe she's tougher than she looks.
Me?
Yeah, exactly.
That's not true!
That wouldn't be possible, Myoga-san.
Why not?
Because the vent within the closet was sealed when we found it. If Kaguya-san used the vent to hide, it would have been impossible for her to seal it back behind her. Also, it was covered in a thin layer of dust, which wouldn't be there if it was used recently. So, the vent has nothing to do with Kutsuki-san's murder.
Oh dear, and I was so certain we might have an answer that allows both of your beauties to thrive.
Correct. It is only now leaves the twin Sonata as suspect.
The fact I am even considered on a similar level of suspicion to Himari.
I'm not sure which one did it, but I think it's at least one of them.
So it seems we haven't much choice but to select one of them.
I don't know which one.
Please. You will be forgiven by us and the Lord if you confess to what you have done now.
Ugh, is there even a way to prove which of them did it?
The beans.
The beans?
There were coffee beans scattered at the crime scene. They came from a shattered coffee vial.
Aye. 'Twould make sense for the contents of the vial to scatter outwards on impact.
What a... She probably dropped them during the scuffle with the dope head.
No, it's not the beans themselves that are important. It's how they're scattered.
Oh, please, how the beans are scattered? Why the fuck would that matter? The beans got dropped in the scuffle! That's it!
That's not possible, Ishikame-san. I got it! The beans were dropped into the blood rather than splattered with it. Had they dropped during a fight before Kutsuki-san died...
Oh, I getcha. They'd be like covered in blood instead of just floating on top of it.
Exactly. So the vial could only have been broken after Kutsuki-san was already dead.
That is far from enough to exonerate you. What stopped you from simply shattering the vial yourself? After all, Aikawa and Sanada were ergo.
But that wouldn't make any sense, would it? Why would Himari want to do something that alert people to her location with a dead body right there?
As I said, part of her plot was to appear as though she'd been framed by pretending to be attacked. She could have shattered that vial specifically to draw attention. From the beginning, Himari's plot was to make herself look like she was being framed. She murdered Kutsuki and went to great lengths to obscure it.
That's not true!
If Sanada-san is, well, and truly innocent, then that would mean someone else was in the room with her. Oh my, what a dreadful thought.
If Himari's truly innocent, then surely there's evidence for her to prove it. All she has to do is speak up and show us. But she's being awfully quiet, isn't she?
Oh, I've grown tired of this charade, Sonata. This drivel of stray beans proves nothing. It's baseless conjecture. Now, either admit your guilt or provide evidence to the contrary.
From the beginning, Himari's plot was to make herself look like she was being framed. She murdered Kutsuki and went to great lengths to obscure it.
That's not true!
If Sonata-san is, well, and truly innocent, then that would mean someone else was in the room with her.
Oh, I've grown tired of this charade, Sonata. This drivel of stray beans proves nothing. It's baseless conjecture. Now, either admit your guilt or provide evidence to the contrary.
From the beginning, Himari's plot was to make herself look like she was being framed.
If Sonata-san is, well, then that would mean someone else was in the room with her.
Yeah, that's right!
Did I say something important?
There's proof that someone else threw the vial. The killer couldn't escape through the closet's vent, but they could have hidden within the closet itself, right? Shiraki-san, Hiroshi, was the closet door open or closed when you entered the room?
Oh, I didn't really notice. I mean, it was a murder scene. But I don't think it was...
It was not my main concern either, but I am quite confident it was closed upon our arrival.
Also, pretty sure it was closed.
For some certainty, yes.
Alright, so for the beans and glass to have ended up inside of the closet, the door would have had to have been open when the vial was shattered.
That proves nothing! Even if the door was shut, any loose beans and glass would have slid underneath the door.
But I don't think that's possible.
So, you're the expert on crime scene.
Got it! Moichi, the door is flush with the ground, as Ogasawara-san put it. She and Shiraki-san can confirm that the door was too close to the floor for anything to slide under, right?
Correct. There was maybe a millimeter of clearance between the floor and the door.
You even checked this yourself, Moichi.
I'm simply making sure that there aren't any other options available. The truth can only be reached by going through every possibility. You are saying that someone could have been hiding within the closet, and the glass and the beans inside it are your proof?
Yes. For those to be inside the closet, the door would have had to have been open when the vial shattered. But it was closed when the others came in.
You could have easily closed the closet door after killing Kutsuki yourself. But even beyond that, let's say your theory on someone hiding in the closet was true. Quite frankly, it could have been almost anyone here. Hakure could have easily been the one to do so, since she's the one most familiar with the drugs you insist are vital to this crime.
Well, one only needs a basic understanding of medicine to realize what a tranquilizer does.
Mochizaki's out of touch with reality and has accused you of being an alien doppelganger of yourself. Why would you put any faith in what he says?
No! I know what I saw!
And he knows he's making up unsubstantiated claims about the state of the body. By her own admission, she knows little about the recently deceased. She could easily be lying to hide her involvement.
I would not ever do never something like that! I have said what I could and done.
You're not even alive.
Silence! All three of those I've just listed fit what we've discussed, yet they've not been considered for a moment. After everything I've done for you all, the instant I was merely a potential suspect, everyone decided to turn on me.
Moichi, listen to me.
No! I'm done listening to the ramblings of a desperate barista. I am the prosecutor, and so my word, the evidence points to you, Himari. All of the evidence. Have you finally learned where your place is? Let's end this farce then. Admit your guilt and stand down so we can finish this.
I will not stand down.
What?
I know you're the one behind this, Moichi. And if I have to prove it to get you to admit it, then I will.
You have nothing to do so. Every piece of evidence laid out points to you and nobody else. You were called there by Kutsuki and retaliated by killing him. That's all there is to it. Stop your pointless denial and accept it. Just another mistake from me. One small mistake. You were the one called by Kutsuki. There is nothing that can prove I was ever there. No.
Moichi?
No! I won't accept this! I won't! Who do you think you are? I'm never accepting what half-formed, flawed, despicable argument you decide to brew against me after everything I've done for you. You're nothing more than a barista trying to pretend she has any authority in this room, in this line of work. I am the prosecutor here. My word is absolute! I'm going to quit. This is... Shut up! Like you. No!
You won't get away with this, Moichi! I will prove that you're the killer! Once and for all!
Then prove it! But you can't! You have no evidence, no alibi, nothing! Nothing you pull will ever prove that I was in that classroom! Nothing!
This ends now! Moichi! The letter sent to me. This is my proof.
What letter? What about it could relate to anyone else? Kutsuki left you that note.
The note itself was written to me, and has Kutsuki-san's signature. But there's something about it that felt off.
Off?
How could a letter be off?
Take a closer look at the words. The letters are kind of smudged, see? Kutsuki-san. The autopsy indicated he'd have been sober when writing this, but even so, something about how it was written always felt somewhat familiar to me. Kutsuki-san, I'm pretty sure, was right-handed. But this writing looks like it's been smudged by a hand, as it passed over fresh ink.
I think I know what you're getting at. I'm left-handed. It's caused me the exact same issue while writing.
Just another suspect that's being overlooked. Maybe this time we can pursue it and...
Moichi, stop! Moichi, you've been carrying your suitcase in your dominant hand the whole time. You're also left-handed.
But if the letter was smudged during the writing, wouldn't that then mean...
It means Kutsuki-san was never the one to write it, nor was he the one who actually called me down there. It was Moichi.
Or Ajima. He is as much a suspect in this situation if the dominance of our hand is so important to the forgery.
If that was the only important thing, yes. But that's not all. I just remembered something else.
Fucking hell, this flaky memory of yours!
When I was waking up, I faintly heard the vial smashing, much like Hiroshi and Shiraki-san. It was what I heard after that that was important. I heard a small metal click. It was barely audible. I didn't even recognize it as a sound at first when I woke up, but... Aji-san, Moichi, you both have metal on you. Aji-san, could you rattle your rosary for me?
My cross? Very well.
And Moichi, could you please open and close your handcuffs? Moichi...
I'll do no such thing.
It seems we have our culprit then.
That is not at all what that means. I simply refuse to take part in my sister's nonsensical claims. I have no idea why the rest of you expect me to...
Moichi, please. Please, prove me wrong. Please. That's what I heard.
Think I heard something similar last night when someone stopped by the nurse's office.
We should go over everything that happened in this case, to leave no... Let's start from the beginning. The case started last night. Kutsuki-san entered the kitchen around midnight, making a bit of small talk with Hiroshi, who'd been there for a while. Hiroshi had been trapped in the kitchen all night by Nyana Sofu, who made him wash the dishes and clean the whole place. Since Hiroshi and Nyana Sofu were distracted, they didn't see Kutsuki-san take the sashimi knife from the box when he left the kitchen. There's no doubt that Kutsuki-san intended to kill someone. Likely, our true culprit. He invited his would-be victim to the scene of the crime, classroom 1C. It was there that Kutsuki-san attacked them. But they turned things back on Kutsuki-san and fought back, breaking his nose in the scuffle. This likely caused him to drop the knife, so the culprit took it themselves and used it to stab Kutsuki-san to death. Noticing how much of a struggle this left behind, the killer fixed up the desks, making it look like far less of a struggle occurred there. With blood likely all over them, the killer needed to wash up. They unwrapped their bandages and went to the nurse's office to do so. But when they headed in to wash the bandages in their hands, they didn't realize that someone else was also in that room. Miyoga-san. The killer woke her up, but she was too tired to check who it was at the time, and just left them alone and went back to sleep. The killer, after washing up, not only took new bandages to rewrap their arms, but also a syringe and some tranquilizer with them. This was crucial to the next step of their plan. Having someone take the fall. Me. They forged a letter claiming to be Kutsuki-san, but the writing of the note became slightly smudged as they wrote it because they were left-handed. Heading upstairs, they left a note in my room so I'd see it upon waking up, and walk right into their trap. Upon waking up, I went downstairs, straight towards classroom 1C. None the wiser that the killer was right behind me. But they also failed to notice they had a witness, too. Hoshisaki-san, whose face blindness and worldview meant he mistook the killer for an alien imposter. As soon as I walked into the classroom, the killer jabbed me in the side with a needle full of tranquilizer, and I was knocked unconscious within moments. Now I was unconscious. They dragged me over Kutsuki-san's body, getting my back covered in his blood. They set me up against the desk, put the knife in my hands, and reached into my pocket to take a glass vial. A vial they only knew about because I was their sister. After that, they hid themselves in the closet and waited for people to get up and head downstairs. When they heard it, the last phase of their plan went into action. They threw the vial against the floor and it shattered, which drew the attention of Shiraki-san and Hiroshi. They shut the closet door, pulling in stray beams and glass from the vial, before clicking their handcuff back on to appear as if nothing happened. That's when I woke up. I saw Kutsuki-san's body and started screaming. That brought Shiraki-san and Hiroshi to the classroom first, then Okasawara-san and Miyoga-san. The scene caused a panic. Shiraki-san restrained me, and suspicion was immediately on me. However, it was that panic and suspicion the killer was hoping for. Because of that panic, the killer's hiding place was never checked. Giannis's announcement went off, pulling us out of the room before we could even think to do so. Once everything had gone quiet, the culprit simply left the closet and joined the rest of us, acting as if they'd just been drawn out of their bedroom by the announcement. There's only one person who could have... Moichiro Sanada. The Was there anything I got wrong, Moichi?
It appears he has no further rebuttal.
Moichi, please, tell me...
That is enough!
I imagine this is hard for you, Sanada-san. I'm so sorry. But your brother has committed a great many sins today, and it's not in our hands anymore.
I'm inclined to agree. We have our answer. We mustn't waste it.
So, you're finally all done? You'll all have limited time. And remember now, without further... And now, let's tally up all the votes to see how you all did. Moichiro Sanada, the absolute prosecutor, has been declared guilty. And the result is... Ding, ding, ding! That's right! He's the real killer! And that concludes the first clinical trial. Congratulations! The majority of you have voted correctly. The killer of Reiji Kutsuki was your very own absolute prosecutor, Moichiro Sanada.
Moichi. Why? Why did you do this? What is...
Dear Moichiro, I think I found something really important in Classroom 1C. It might be... If you could get over... Signed.
Is this?
It's like an exact copy of the letter you had, but the letters aren't smudged. It also looks a bit... imprinted?
So the person that wasn't targeted by the Kutsuki-san was...
Moichi.
I received the letter late last night. I hadn't been able to sleep, and it was slipped under my door around 3 o'clock. I went down to see if he was telling the truth. This had better be important, Kutsuki.
Dude, come on. I've seen how uptight you can get. I promise you, I wouldn't have called you here if I hadn't found a way out.
So where is it then?
You see the closet in the back of the room? There's a vent in there.
You think that could be a way out?
Dunno. Could be pretty important, but I can't get the vent off.
Did you not think to go look for a screwdriver in the storage room?
Nah, seems silly to me.
Even when you might have something important, you're still a letdown. It only seems to have been screwed in with a few flatheads. I can probably get it off with my badge.
Yeah, dude. Take your time.
All right, let's... I hadn't been facing him. He could have hit me easily. I don't know if he just missed, or...
Ah, shit. Hold still, dude.
What the hell are you doing?
I don't know. I think you could take a guess, man.
Get away from me! I managed to shove him out and began fighting with him. What the hell are you thinking?
Damn, dude, hold still. Ah! Oh, shit. Why is the ceiling that way? Where is it?
No, you don't. I'm taking this. I was able to disarm him and take the knife away from him. This really is a new low, Kutsuki.
Just wanting us all to sit here and wait was one thing, but trying to kill me? I'm restraining you and letting the others know what happened when they wake up.
Dude. What? You think they'll believe you? You've made some pretty bad blood with just about everybody here.
So what? I'll trust my word over yours.
Nah, will they? They just think I'm kind of weird, but they think you're a danger.
But no, they don't.
You blew up at us earlier, dude. Hell, we even heard you screaming at your sister, you know?
She's not part of this.
She probably thinks you're a burden, dude. You haven't shown her any kindness since we got here.
Shut up.
She'd think better of you if you could just be quiet and calm down, too.
Shut up!
I didn't lie to you, dude. There's one way out. You got it in your hand. If you want to escape, prove us all wrong so bad, then do it! Guess I underestimated.
I wasn't sure if I could keep him restrained. If he broke out, nothing could have stopped him from trying to kill someone else. So, I killed him first.
What utter nonsense. Do you expect me to believe that? No, you were fully aware he posed no threat. You made it evident you saw him as a half-baked stoner. And now, with a broken nose and a concussion, he simply wouldn't be getting up again. And certainly not making another attempt in a state...
Moichi, why? Why did you do it?
Why? Is it still not crystal clear why? I'm the only one who was working into delirium to actually find a way out of here. While the rest of you were content to sit here and do nothing. I'm the only one here who cared that we were in a situation where any of us could be killed at any moment. The rest of you, so eager to judge me, were all content to just sit here and wait for some nebulous rescue that's still not come to pass. And every time I tried to get you all collaborating to escape, you would all decide instead to either give up or worse, mess around. And then it would be thrown in my face as a failure of my attempts to get everyone out of here alive every single time. You were all content to just live here, so why shouldn't I be the one who actually gets out? I'm the only one who seems to want to leave. Kutsuki told me he knew about a way out, and I took it. And had I not, this would have been a trial for my murder. Can you honestly say that not a single one of you would have done the same thing I did?
And what for the rest of us? We'd all die for your escape.
That was never part of my plan. Yanis kept that half of the rules secret to force this situation to be far more dire than it seemed, I suspect.
Who's to say?
After I found out, so be it. Kutsuki's blood was already on the floor. Someone else was going to die. I wasn't going to just let it be me.
Moichi, how could you just so easily sacrifice the lives of everyone here? Why did you frame me?
Why not?
What?
Years you've held secrets from me on behalf of our father. Just determined to be his perfect little sunflower. Every time that man hurt me in some way, you'd never be there for me until after the smoke cleared. Every time you would berate me for not being more like you. Every time he'd humiliate me in front of others, including you, to make an example of me. He'd always drill that into you, how I was a bad influence and someone you should stay away from. That's why you only ever talk to me in private.
Moichi, I really tried to.
Shut the fuck up, Himari! Your crocodile tears aren't gonna work this time. If I'm going to die, then at least grant me the dignity of my last words. Our father never gave me a chance. I was always his biggest mistake and resentment, something that man never changed his mind on. Even after I became the absolute prosecutor, he still favored you. He still saw me as a burden. Still saw and treated me as what killed Himawari. All the while, you'd simply stand aside, watch him treat me like a burden, and do nothing to actually step in and help me. All you could ever do was dry my tears afterwards. All until the day I was finally sent to juvie, where you'd never need to even bother pretending to care. Every game we played together, every school assignment we worked on. What did any of it matter if you couldn't be there for me when I needed you the most? Right down to asking him to sell off the last thing we had left of our mother. You sided. You never held any empathy for me. You're no better than him.
I couldn't do it. Falling to my knees, I could do nothing more than weep. The most ugly weeping I've ever...
I'm sorry. I'm so...
It's too late for that. Far too late.
You can't just say that!
And what the hell do you, of all people, know about what I went through?
I don't know anything, yeah. But this isn't right at all. You're demanding that Himari knew exactly what she needed to do to help you when you were a kid. To stand up to your dad like that. But Himari's your twin sister. You two were the exact same age. You're asking that someone your own age stood up to her own dad. Can you honestly blame her? Your dad kept putting you in horrible situations, and yeah, I don't know how bad they all were. But, Himari, it sounds like even despite what your father told her, she still chose to help you however she actually could at her age. It wasn't what you needed, I get that. But it's what Himari could still do for you. To still argue against what your dad was doing. Your dad's the one to blame in all this, not Himari. He's the one who decided to play favorites with his kids. Even Himari could see that was a terrible thing to do. Even with the little control she had, she still tried to be there for you. To be the sister that you needed. You should have stuck together. Himari clearly wanted it, and we could have still found a way out together. But now you're going to die, and she'll be all alone. Forever. Missing someone she found important. Someone she loved.
She didn't. That's...
Moichi,
I wonder, was I ever fit to wear this with any semblance of pride? Himari, I'm sorry. You were in the same situation I was, but because you never faced our father's wrath, I never wanted to admit it. It was foolish of me to always blame you for his favoritism for what he did. I'm ashamed for doing so for so long.
Moichi,
It's strange, though. What Kutsuki had said to me during his final moments. It almost seemed like he wanted me to kill him. Like he knew those words exactly would get under my skin. And the scars I had on my arms, they're gone, despite them all being barely a month old. I don't know what's going on. I'll never find out. But Himari, I need you to have this. When a prosecutor is unable to continue serving, he has to return his badge to the office. I'll be unable to, so... As for the card, keep it close.
What a snooze! Because I think it's time.
What? No, please wait! I haven't properly said goodbye.
Well, too bad. I'm done waiting. I checked out ages ago when the dude in the bow tie started yelling.
Himari,
Moichi.
I'm strong enough to take this. With the showing you gave today, please.
Please, just a little long. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to...
Quiet down! You've been delaying this for far too long! Let's get this along, everyone! All good killers deserve a fitting... And for the absolute prosecutor, we've prepared quite...
Goodbye, everyone. I'm so...
Wait.
Goodbye, Himari.
I tell ya, this equipment isn't up to standard anymore. He nearly got away. But it wasn't good enough for him to survive 40,000 bolts to the skull.
Let us go! How could you do something so cruel?
Please, Heavenly Father, save.
No, never, can't, there, no!
Fucking shit was that?
What? I'm simply holding up the rules that I laid out for all of you. I mean, if you'd all embraced apathy by now, you wouldn't have felt a thing watching that. That's just the consequence of trying to hold on to your humanity. You kids all still want to trust each other, and look where that got you. Nowhere but lower. Some of you even trust me now.
Explain.
The exit that lawyer boy thought was worth killing somebody over? I made it up. You guys took it at face value without a second thought.
So, not only did Sonata succumb to this nonsense, it was all in vain?
Correct! He died for absolutely nothing!
You demon! You soulless, evil demon! All this happened because of you! They wouldn't have tried to kill each other if it wasn't for you pushing them into a corner!
Hey, don't give me all the credit. The motive was kind of a last-minute addition to the control, yet still got results. They could have chosen to not kill, but they didn't. Besides, you've already proven the experiment's hypothesis at least a little correct by succumbing to your own apathy.
Whatever do you mean?
You're all so selfish, thinking only of yourselves at this moment. But you've missed the best part of all of this in doing so. Look at her. Such interesting results. Her twin brother just got fried harder than a fork in a socket, and not one of you even glanced at her.
Sonata-sama?
Himari?
Kaguya-san.
Are you doing all right?
I reached into my apron pocket, and they were still there.
You passed out. After you passed out, Miyoka-san and Shiraki-san carried you back here. I am here to tell you that's what happened.
Moichi. You fucking idiot!
I threw the badge across the room. I didn't know where it landed. I didn't care.
How could you think I'd even be close to doing all right? You saw what happened. What Moichi did to me. What he did to Kutsuki-san. How he felt about me. Maybe our dad was right about him. Maybe he just saw something in Moichi that I couldn't. And I just let it happen. He killed someone. He stabbed someone to death. And then he tried to frame me for it. His own sister. All like he was going to try to exonerate me. He yelled at me, yelled at everyone, he yelled at you constantly for not living up to his expectations. And he expected me to believe some speech from a guy we've barely known for a week was what changed his mind? That's what changed his mind after all this time? After everything he said and did to me? And I'm just supposed to forgive him after all that? After he could only say he should have treated me better right before he died. So, I'm supposed to believe him now. Of course he lied. He did it all the time. He was lying, talking, saying whatever would clear his guilty conscience. He only ever cared about himself. I held the card in both hands, ready to rip it in half.
I don't understand. What is lying?
What?
But then the card fell from my hands, fluttering into Kaguya's. This card. It's from a game me and Moichi would play when we were kids. He drew on this card. It was his favorite. He gave it to me the first night we were here. No matter what happened, even when things got bad, we would play this game together. It was ours.
That sounds stupid.
Is this card lying?
No, lying isn't a tangible thing. It's when you tell someone something you know isn't true.
Why do you think Moichi is lying?
He was always lying. He never cared about me or anyone else. He treated me like a burden from the moment we got here.
The first night we were here, he gave you the card. Even when things got bad.
What are you... No, I'm not forgiving him. I will never forgive him. I don't care what his reasons were. I don't care why he gave me the card. I don't care if he loved me or if he didn't. What he did is unforgivable. And I don't care about him anymore. Do you understand?
Can I hold you?
Hold me? Do you mean a hug?
Can I hug you?
Yes, you can. Kaguya wrapped her arms around me, holding me tightly to her chest. I didn't know what else to do. I didn't have any energy left to be angry. I just held tightly to Kaguya. Thank you.
Are you doing all right?
A bit. I feel a bit better. There was a strange scent to her. I couldn't tell if it came from her or her big scarf, but it was nice.
Do you feel better?
I only managed to nod as a response. Then I felt her arms finally let go. She tucked the card in her shirt, then sat down in the chair. I felt so tired. My body was barely holding on. I just wanted to sleep. I'd like to be alone right now. Have a good night, Kaguya-san.
Okay.
Kaguya-san?
Is the moon visible at good night?
Could you at least get the light?
The light?
The light switch over there. Could you please flick it off? Kaguya flicked off the light switch, and I could hear her footsteps and the chair sliding. Despite the new darkness, I could feel her eyes on me. I tried my best to fall asleep. But no matter how hard I tried to push my feelings aside, no matter how much I tried to forget about him, there was still one thing that stuck out in my mind.
And the scars I had on my arms, they're gone, despite them all being barely a month old. I don't know what's going on. I'll never find out.
Those words continued to echo in my ears as I slowly drifted off to sleep. Sinking, falling, fingers outstretched as I wondered exactly what he meant by that.